Hello, fellas. All right, today I got some quick tips for you, motherfuckers. It's pretty simple. It's really not that hard. If you know how to write, then this should work for you. And that's the whole point of this video. Write it down. So what do I mean by this? I just mean write whatever the fuck you're thinking about down. Write it the fuck down. That can be in any book, in a notebook. If you have a death notebook, no, a death book. I don't know how the fuck you call them. Don't write my name down, please. But yeah, man, the whole point is just to tell you the importance of writing shit down. It's really just simple as writing a journal. Just writing. I'm not talking about. Look, you can talk about your feelings and shit, and it's fine. It's fine. It helps you. It helps you clear your mind, and it's very helpful in some time. But um, one main advantage of writing stuff down is the ability to fall asleep faster. Now, what do I mean by this? It's But when you're trying to fall asleep, sometimes your mind is like, oh fuck, I need to do this tomorrow, and oh, I need to call these people tomorrow and make this and that, and it keeps you up at night. It's kept me up at night sometimes, and it's fucking annoying. So what do? I have this little thing. I have this. So I have here. J stands for journal. SFT stands for shit I have to do. Shit to shit to do for tomorrow. Just shit for tomorrow. And dream journal. Now that's something extra, and I stopped writing about it because I found a better way to do it. It's just recorded on your phone. It's much faster, and it's when you just wake up. Uh, I feel like it's much fucking easier to talk into a fucking phone. But yeah, so basically, every time I want to go to sleep, I just write SFT for shit for tomorrow, and then I basically write down what I'm gonna have to do. And it's sometimes I don't do it, but most of the time it works. And it's wake up, turn alarm off. It's morning routine where it's just I wake up, turn my alarm off, drink some water, open the curtains so there's light coming in, wash my face, and I do my dream journal, which I record. But then that's the morning routine, and then I go on to write down the stuff I want to do for tomorrow. For example, here I have start to study until 7:50 a.m. Go to the gym, smash workout before leaving. Eat salt. That's just to get some crazy pumps, mate. Come back and cold shower, have breakfast, oats, whatever. It's really not that special. It's just what you want to do. Now, most of the time, I find that having an actual routine, not just writing it down the day before, works better. So, if you can have a routine set in stone, just wake up at 6 a.m., do this, do that, work for 2 hours, and if you want to, you can write down some stuff. You're like, study for 2 hours, but you don't actually study for 2 hours. You might study for 1 hour most, but it's just to get you to fall asleep faster. Um, that's it. And well, I write that down, and that kind of calms my little brain down. And then I write down a journal, which is sometimes you don't have to write it down. Sometimes you really have nothing to talk about, and that's fine. That's at that point just read something. That's also something pretty good. But sometimes it really does help writing. Sometimes you might have a prevalent thought that keeps coming back, and it's just fuck. I want to get rid of it, and not because it's bad or because it's good. It's just you keep thinking about it, and it's sometimes better to just write it down, and that way you fucking get rid of it, and because you have it on paper. That's basically the whole purpose of writing stuff down. You don't forget about it because it's on paper, and so you can just write about what you felt at certain points of the day, some special thoughts that this is for nobody. You're not. You might read it back, and that's fine. But I tend to just not read it. It's just something I write down before I go to bed, and it's a way to fucking not actualize, but sort of reflect on my emotions that I felt during a special event. For example, let's say you've had an exam and it went really fucking bad. You might be like, fuck, it didn't feel as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And then you might realize like, well, it's because maybe you don't care or whatever, or you talk to, I don't know, let's say a girl or some shit, and you're like, fuck, it felt really nice. But it's like, I talked to a dude, and it also felt really nice. So it's like, am I gay? No, bro, no. It's probably because you're fucking lonely. And it's like, oh, you really just crave a human connection, and that's it. And you realize, that's what I need. And most of these things I just made up. I made everything up, but sometimes your mind just works. Sometimes your mind is really fucking stupid, and sometimes it's pretty fucking smart. But the main problem is the main reason why your brain seems to be super fucking stupid is because you're using your phone all the time or watching videos all the fucking time. So you never give yourself the amount of time and energy you need to actually think about the things you want to think about. So your brain is constantly So your brain is constantly telling you to think about something. To think about, all right, I don't know, a girl you like. I don't know, you're like, you keep thinking about her, and you keep thinking about the one thing she did that threw you off, and it's like, why did it throw me off? And it's like, was it her mood, or was it this, was it that? And then you might start writing some stuff down, some ideas down, and you're like, oh, it's probably because when I was a child, someone did that to me, and it was pretty negative. And then you realize, well, she might have done it as a joke, but I took it as an offense. And then you realize, oh, fuck, I had this thing in my head that I didn't even know I didn't even know it was a thing, and then you just wrote it down in like 5 minutes. So it's pretty good sometimes to write a lot of stuff down. I have some notes here, and for example, at the gym. You also need to track your progress in the gym, and it's always funny to me when someone says, I don't know, in videos like, oh my, I fucking started writing my shit down and my fucking progress blew up. I just blew up and everything. I hit bigger numbers. I fucking feel better. I do everything much harder and better, and I'm stronger. Yeah, I'm just like, no, bro, you never wrote it down. Your performance was always there. It's just that you never actually took advantage of it because you never wrote anything down that would tell you to push yourself harder, because you never knew how much you actually pushed yourself the last time. So if you did a deadlift for like, I don't know, let's say 200 kilos, you did 3 reps, you're like, fuck yeah. Then next week you might have forgotten, and then you're like, fuck, did I do 200? I know I did 200, but how many reps did I do? I think I only did 2, and one of them felt really hard. But in reality, you did 3, and in that moment, you can actually do 5. And it's just you don't know that because you never wrote it down, so you forget, or you might skew the numbers up, or the perception you actually had about the moment. So you might, in the moment of doing the 3 reps at 200 kilos, the last one might have felt really fucking hard, but the first 2 were pretty easy. But just because you had that one little like grindy rep, it throws you off, and you kind of fucking see the whole set as hard because you had one hard rep. So by just writing it down, you kind of remember like, oh, this, and that. Some quick tips. I would recommend journaling on paper. There's something about paper that's just much better than typing it on a computer or on your phone. First and foremost, like if you do it before you sleep like I do, it's a good way to wind down, to just tell your brain to shut the fuck up and relax. Whereas in your phone, it's a little, I don't know, you have your phone, like you're probably going to go on Instagram or on YouTube or Pornhub and do something else after you journal. And that defeats the whole purpose. The whole purpose is to write it down and kind of leave it there and not do anything else about it. Just maybe think a bit about it, and that's it. But as for journaling, I would say paper. And if you're into like making videos like what I'm doing now, I would say type it on the laptop, or on the fucking laptop, on the computer, whatever, man. And because it's just much faster. I used to write down videos on paper because I thought that was much better. And it's alright. Like I have some ideas here. For example, right, I made this. Well, for example, like one of the first videos I made for lifting is first month of lifting. You see, there's a little check mark, a big ass check mark here, of saying that it's done. But look, I wrote all that shit down, and I wrote this much. And I'm not gonna lie, it takes you like 15 minutes, 20 minutes to write all of this down. And when you start talking, this shit goes by in like that fast. So your hand also tires after like 5 minutes of writing. Because if you're writing like I was, is you're just writing everything down. Like you don't stop writing, and eventually that fucking hurts. So I would say type it. It's much faster. It doesn't fucking hurt, and so because it's faster, you actually get most of your ideas out into paper. So in conclusion, just write something down, bro. It's not that hard. But yeah, by just writing some stuff down, you're better off. There's no concrete. I mean, I'm not gonna look into the fucking scientific papers of this because fuck science. But just trust me, bro. Just trust me. It helps, and it's not as bad as or as boring as it looks. Sometimes you don't have anything to write about, and that's fine. But sometimes you really have something to write about, and when you write it down, and it's something that it's like you have like this catharsis, and it feels good. So definitely recommend it. Anyway, see you later. At the end of the day, you might not actually write anything down because you don't trust me. Man, that hurts, bro. That hurts.